Hey everybody, it's Benny One, and I'm back at you with another movie review, and I watched Prey, everyone, the newest Predator movie that is on Hulu. You could call this Predator 5, basically, but after all the names and the titles of the other Predator movies, I mean, you got Predator, Predator 2, The Predator, Predators, I get why they went with the title. They went with Prey, and I like it. I honestly like it. It's Predator 5, though, basically. So, and this is a prequel Predator movie. This actually tells the story of the first, higher species, whatever, predator. Is the first time one of them shows up on Earth 300 years ago in the early 1700s. And it involves the Comanche Native American tribe and our main character, Naru, everyone, who is training to become a warrior in her tribe and everything, and how not everybody is fully accepting of that. And we get that all mixed in with a freaking Predator origin story movie of the first time a highly advanced alien species predator shows up on planet Earth. And man, I gotta tell you, this was a fantastic freaking movie. I'm excited to talk about this shit. So, this movie is directed by Dan Trachtenberg or whatever. I can't his last name. He directed the 10 Cloverfield Lane, easily the best Cloverfield movie that has been made, and I honestly think he did a fantastic job directing that, and he most definitely did a fantastic job directing this movie. The way this movie was shot, edited, and everything, he did a fantastic job. The shots that he did with the Predator in this movie are fantastic, and the way that they showed the kills and everything, and just the camera angles that they picked with our setting and where this movie takes place, they did a great job with I'm imagining this is a fairly low budgeted movie. I imagine Disney did not give this total full bore budget. I imagine this had a low budget. And I gotta tell you, it doesn't look like a low budget movie. I will say that. There are a few blood CGI splatters that you get in the movie that you can tell, but just a few here and there, and it's okay. I don't mind that kind of stuff. So this movie stars Amber Midthunder as Naru, and oh man, what a fantastic and talented young actress, everybody. Seriously. She is great in this movie as our lead character. She literally is in this Comanche tribe. She's becoming a warrior. She wants to become a warrior. She wants to go out with the men and hunt, and she's an amazing tracker. Her brother even says that she's one of the best trackers in their tribe, and they show her skills and how she takes her tomahawk hatchet, and she basically by taking the tree limbs and shaving the bark off of them, and she builds a rope that's attached to her hip, and she ties it to the freaking tomahawk, the hatchet, and she develops a new way to fight with that thing, and it's awesome. And they show her training, and that's one thing I love about this movie is I grew up in Montana, and there were 4 reservations around the small town that I grew up in Havre, Montana. That's where I grew up, and I love that this movie shows pretty accurately, I would say, from what I learned with local history and went to local museums and everything, of what Native American tribes used to look like, how they lived off the land and everything. And I thought this movie captured all of that very well. I thought it looked great, and I thought they paid awesome respect and homage to that stuff with the Native Americans, tribes, and everything back in the 1700s. I really think they did a fantastic job with the look and everything, with their clothes and their weapons and everything. But this Amber Midthunder, man, she was awesome. Very surprised by her acting and everything and her character, and she is going through, and that's the thing about this movie this movie actually makes you care about our human characters, where the last couple Predator movies have not. Like, they have not developed the characters in those movies to the point where you even care about them. Because the last two Predator movies, I didn't like them. I didn't think they were very good, especially the last one that came out. I just thought it was full of a bunch of nonsense and everything. And the thing about this one is you could tell that Dan, the director, literally, either he's a fan of the first Predator movie, which I don't see how you couldn't be, because the first Predator movie is one of the best action movies ever made, with Arnold Schwarzenegger in the jungle. And it is. And this movie, I would say it's not better than that movie, but it is damn close right underneath it. And it is the best Predator movie that they have made since that original movie. The second Predator movie with Danny Glover that's set in the city, that one's pretty good. I like it. And there's actually something with a gun in this movie that goes all the way back to Predator 2 towards the end of the movie, so I'm not going to talk about it too much, but yes, there's a tie-in to that movie. But yeah, this is easily the best Predator movie since the original one with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Easily the best one. And the thing about this movie is like they take the location and the setting of this movie in the early 1700s with the Comanche Native American tribes, and how they build that atmosphere that's similar to the first Predator movie, where you have these Native Americans who are hunters and they live off the land, and then you have this highly like tech, alien that shows up. And I love that the Predator actually, since this is a prequel and it's the first time that the Predator has been to Earth, I love that they actually showed that like even their tech wasn't advanced 300 years ago. Like, he doesn't have the little cannon thing on his shoulders that shoots like lasers and all that shit. Like, his tech is not as highly advanced as it was in the first Predator movie, and I love that. Like, his mask is a skull, and he has the little like target thing that comes out with the 3 dots, but it's not a laser cannon. It shoots these highly metal like spears and everything. It's not so like his tech, and even his little thing that they show him always doing that eventually uses as a bomb, that's even like low techy compared to what we're used to in the Predator movie. So I love that shit, because you wouldn't think that Naru would even stand a chance, especially physically, because she's so small compared to this Predator, because the Predators are huge. And Dan DeLagra, who plays the Predator, he did a fantastic job. I always want to give mention to the people that play these characters that are behind a mask and makeup and you don't know who they are, because I don't think they get enough respect and shit for what they do in movies like this. And I thought he did a fantastic job playing the Predator. But yeah, you wouldn't think that our main character Naru even has a shot in hell at defeating this Predator, like her and her brother, but she's an amazing tracker and hunter and everything, and they show that in this movie. And that's what I love about this is they build the suspense with the Predator showing up. They show like the ship up in the clouds and everything, and like she sees that and she's like, what the hell? And then she's seeing these footprints and tracking them and seeing how huge they are, and they're all like, her brother and the other guys in the tribe are like, it's just a bear, like, come on, it's just a bear. So she does eventually find a bear, and that's what I love about the movie is like they build up to her and the Predator finally coming face to face. And that's what the first movie did such a good job is building the suspense when you finally get the big reveal of the Predator, because we do see the Predator in this movie doing the camouflage thing where he's invisible and stuff, and they show him killing animals and skinning them and taking their heads and their spines like they do. Like, they show this shit, but it's teases and everything. Like, the first full shot of the Predator we get, not cloaked, is from a backside in a cave at a distance. Like, so the suspense and the build up to the character being revealed finally, it's payoff. And like, that's how you do this type of character, instead of having this big giant ass Predator that you see in the entire movie. There's no suspense with that. And that's the thing, is this movie captured the action, the suspense, the thrills. It has you on the edge of your seat like that first Predator movie did. Like it did. And the action is good. Now, there's not a ton of, because they don't have guns. Like, there are guys, obviously white people that come in that have guns where, you know, it's just the gunpowder and a, you know, iron ball, and they got to reload it every time because we're in the early 1700s. So, but that's scaled back in this movie because of when the movie takes place. I love the setting. This is a perfect setting for this type of movie because these Comanche Native Americans are hunters, and the Predator is a hunter. So you have two similar species fighting each other, and that's what I love. And they show that in this movie. I love that they show that this, our main character Naru and the Predator, they hunt each other the same exact way, basically. Obviously different because they have different types of technology, but like they're similar, and they really do a good job of showing that they're similar. They're hunters, and I love it. And that gore in this movie, the blood, the kills, woo! They did a fantastic job in this movie. I would say there's probably some of the best Predator kills and blood and gore in this movie in any of the freaking movies. They delivered on that aspect 110%, man. Awesome. And the way that it was stylized and shot and everything. This movie is fantastic. Like, seriously. Now, the negative part I'm going to talk about the movie, there's one little thing with the story is it's where Naru and her brother, she gets knocked out, and somehow he takes her back all the way to where they live. She wakes up, but then he goes back. There's just a little bit of information that we're missing that I'm kind of like, well, how the hell did he do that? And then go all the way back, and it's still nighttime. So that's just a little nitpicky thing that I was kind of like with the story. I was like, well, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. We're missing something here. But the other thing is like, why did Disney put this only on Hulu? Like, a Predator movie could at least make $200 to $300 million, and with the budget that this had, I can't imagine that this movie had a $100 million budget. I just can't see it. This is a good movie, and it's only on Hulu. Like, why didn't you put this in the movie theater? Because I thought, from what I saw on my TV, beautiful movie. I would have loved to have seen this on a big screen in, like, it's not IMAX, obviously, but man, this would have looked fantastic on a big screen. It was shot very well. So I'm really not sure what in the hell Disney was thinking by not putting this in a movie, because it's under the 20th Century Studios flagship. It's because Disney bought Fox, like, they could promote it under its 20th Century Studios. It doesn't have to have that Disney stamp on it. And it's like, Disney, you bought these Fox properties, put them under that studio that you guys own now, and put them out in a movie theater. Like, this movie deserved to be in a movie theater. That's my biggest negative thing about this movie. They didn't put it out in the fucking movie theater, and it should have been in the movie theater because it's good. It's getting good reviews. It probably would have made some pretty good money for them, but Disney's too scared to get their hands a little dirty and show a bloody movie or whatever. And it's just like, God, it's like, come on, man. But otherwise, fantastic Predator movie. Like I said, the action, the suspense, the thrills, the gore, the kills. It was shot well, directed well, acted freaking amazingly. Like I said, it's easily the best Predator movie since the first Predator movie. Easily. So I am giving Prey or Predator 5 a freaking 9 out of 10. I think it was a fantastic addition to this franchise, and I hope the director returns and everything. I could see them doing period pieces with this style of Predator movie, like during the Civil War or just anything like that. I could be down with this kind of shit. So a 9 out of 10, everybody, for Prey. I hope you guys enjoyed that review. I thank you for watching, and I'll be catching you on the tube later because I have spoken.